Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Mark Roden, and in today's video, we are doing another video on a series that we haven't done a video on in a while, I feel like. How to build a blank. Today on the Subaru WRX Bugeye. In particular, the Bugeye, but this also kind of does apply to the Blobeye and the Hawkeye as well. Eventually, in the future, I'll probably do a video for those cars as well, just because I know there's going to be people out there that want to see that. But again, they're all relatively the same, so it's pretty much the same thing. Also, I want to give a massive shout out to Alex Martini. I got this idea from him a long time ago, and he's another YouTuber. Obviously, he had the idea first, so go give him some love. I love watching his videos. He's a great guy. But yeah, I got the idea from him, so I want to give credit where credit is due. And on top of that, I also want to say, this is just my opinion on how I would personally build the car. It's not me saying like this is the end all be all. If you don't build your car, your Bugeye WRX this way, you're wrong. No, that's not the case at all. Build the car however you want to build. This is just like, these videos are kind of just there for people to get like inspiration or ideas, I guess, for their build. That's kind of the whole reason why I do these videos. And it's also just fun to like have a video like this, just in case I ever buy this car, and then I can go look at my video and be like, oh yeah, that's what I wanted to do to it. That's right, let's do that. So that's the reasons why we're doing it. But either way, song of the day is called She Will by Lil Wayne. Classic, absolute banger. It's amazing. Go give it a listen. It's a rap song though, so if you don't like rap music, obviously don't listen to it. Also, last thing before we actually get into the video, I promise. Sorry for not uploading for 4 freaking days. Every time I like get into a nice rhythm, something happens again, and it knocks me out of my rhythm completely. So I apologize for that, but we're back hopefully to every 2 days again. I hope, fingers crossed, that nothing pops up and ruins my momentum here. But yeah, well, let's get right into it. Alrighty, so the way these videos work, for those who don't know, is I pretty much tell you every part that I would buy for the car, how much those parts cost. We go in different like areas. So first we start with the exterior, then we go into the interior, then the performance and all that stuff. And at the end of the video, I'll tell you how much my entire build would end up costing. So obviously, in order to build a Subaru WRX Bugeye, you need to buy a Subaru WRX Bugeye. So I was looking on some Facebook marketplaces, and you can find Bugeyes for like 4K. Like, you can find, they're like probably one of the cheapest WRXs out there right now, if not the cheapest WRX out there, which is obviously good, but I'm gonna still say 7,000. I think 7,000 is much better. It probably won't be as rusted, it won't have as many miles, so 7 grand is a nice base to start with the Bugeye WRX. But now let's get into interior. So the exterior, I should say. So the exterior mods, this is usually where most of my money goes, because I'm a racer and I like my cars looking good, and that's it. As long as they look good, I'm happy with them. So first off is a WRX STI style trunk wing from eBay for $300. I know you could technically buy a real WRX STI wing, I guess, but why would you? I don't really see the point in that, to be honest. It's fine. So I would just buy the replica one for $300 on eBay. Next would be the Duraflex VTX rear diffuser from eBay for $450. This is also from eBay, and another, relatively cheap part, but it looks awesome. It looks absolutely gorgeous. And diffusers almost always actually do help with performance. Even if they are the cheap ones, they usually do help with performance. Not, super noticeable or anything like that, but it will help in the long run. Next is the JDM style front and rear spats. They're kind of like mud guards almost, I guess you can say. It's for $80. I mean, I've always put like the spats on my cars, every one of them. The Integra, my 350Z, they both had spats on them because I just think it looks good. It finishes out the body lines of the cars, and a lot of the times it should have just been like that from factory. But next is the Duraflex M1 side skirts for $265. Good news, guys, I have a hair the size of Arkansas in my mouth right now, so sorry if I start like randomly going like in about 2 seconds, because that might start happening. Either way, yeah, I like these side skirts. They look really good. That's pretty much it. Next is the Carbon Creations C1 hood for $670. Pretty expensive for just a hood, but it's a carbon fiber hood, and it's real carbon. And so when you start to think about that, that's not that bad anymore. $670 for a real carbon fiber hood is actually pretty cheap, and they would look awesome. I love carbon. I don't really care too much for carbon fiber on most of my cars, but with WRXs, I just feel like it makes sense. I don't know. Next is a front bumper lip spoiler for $100. It's a lip. It's a lip. It's a front lip. It looks nice. Next is the rear window spoiler for $130. I love when WRXs have that nice little rear window spoiler thing. It looks like a handlebar or something, like you're gonna have somebody hanging onto the back of it while driving down the road. It looks awesome, and I like it a lot. Next is just window tints. I do this obviously on all my cars. I got my windows tinted professionally for $500, and so I'm gonna put $500 here, but you can do it yourself. Just buy the materials and do it yourself if you're good enough at wrapping and stuff like that. It's pretty much the same as wrap. Well, not really. It's similar to wrapping. And so you can do this for as low as like $50, but I'm gonna say 500 because I do think it's worth going to a professional and having them do it. Next is wrapping the car, changing the color of it. Obviously, for $7 grand, you can't buy your dream Bugeye, so it's not gonna be able to be the color you want from factory. And even if it could be, you still are gonna have obviously a lot of parts coming in that are not going to be painted or wrapped. And so I would say I would want to paint my Bugeye WRX. Hear me out, yellow. I think it would look good. I think it would look awesome on my Bugeye WRX. And last time I wrapped my Integra, I got the wrap for free, and then I brought it to my friend who wraps cars like professionally, and he did it for me for like $1,200. So I'm gonna put $3,000 though, because I got it from a Luco vinyl, and for all the wrap that I did get, the total price was around $2 grand. So I think you could definitely get, for a grand total, like $3,000 to wrap a car. You could definitely go cheaper than that too, don't get me wrong, but I think that's a good base. Next up, in the final one for the exterior mods, is probably one of the biggest mods for exterior, the white Cosmos Racing XT206Rs for $1,000 for a set of 4 of them. I like these. I like them a lot. I almost got them for my 350Z actually, but not in white, in silver. But I like them a lot, and I think they would look incredible on a WRX, and obviously wheels are a big part of a build. Okay, now we are on to the interior. The interior modifications that your boy Mark Roden would do to his Bugeye WRX. What mods might those be? First off is an auto power race roll bar for $800. Why, you may ask? Because I would like to turn this thing into a little bit of like a canyon carver. I don't want it to be a full-blown, 800 horsepower missile. I just want a nice little like canyon carving WRX. They're just such good handling cars. And if you're going to do that, you probably are going to want some sort of roll bar just in case. Especially if you want to bring it onto a track eventually. Like I live right near Lime Rock. Eventually I would want to bring this car to Lime Rock. If you want to do that, you're going to need a roll bar. Almost a lot of tracks are like, yeah, you got to have a roll bar, man. You're not racing on our track without it. And $800 to potentially save your life, bro. Like, I don't know. I think it's not that bad. Not that bad of a deal. Next would be just gutting the back seats. I don't really have any purpose for them. Obviously, this is completely free, by the way, but I don't have any purpose for that. I would just take the back seats out, cut some weight off that bad boy. Why not? Get rid of them. I don't need them. They're heavy and they take up too much space. And the roll bar is going to be there anyway. Like I can't even carry people even if I wanted to. Next is Corbo FX1 black seats for $450. Yeah, they're black seats for $450 for one of them, by the way. So it'll be $900 total for the set of them. But obviously you don't need 2 of them. But yeah, you need better seats, especially if you're going to have a roll bar too. Like you're going to want seats, because then you're going to want to get a Summit Racing 5-point harness for $80. You're going to want to get all this stuff set up just to have a nice little racing little setup in there, man. Imagine that. It's just cool. Like, even if you're not going to actually really drive your car that much, it's just cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a cool little setup. And then everybody that looks inside the car is going to be like, wow, that's a race car. Even though it's not. But you're going to be like, yeah, it is. And it's awesome. And the final thing for the interior would be a quick release steering wheel and hub for $350. I do not recommend doing this to your, daily drivers. But yet again, this car for me would be more of like a track car. I would usually use it for the track, or I guess sometimes going canyon carving on the back roads with the boys. And so I think it's okay for that instance. It's also, you have the 5-point harness, you got the race roll bar in there already, so it's not that big of a deal anymore. Anyways, did I forget to say the total for the exterior mods? I did forget to say the total for the exterior mods. All right, you know what? I'm going to say the total for each individual one at the end of this video instead. Actually, I think that would make more sense now. All right, lads, we're into the performance section, the part where a lot of you guys spend a lot of your money. A lot of you guys are actual car guys and not fake it car guys like your boy Mark here. And so a lot of you guys tend to spend all your money on the performance parts. You want to get the absolute most you can out of these cars. And I respect the hell out of that. Like I said, man, that's awesome. That's super cool. It's not my personal, first thing I care about though. And so there's not too much here, but it's definitely, it's got, it's what in my opinion I would want out of my WRX. You know what I mean? First off is Raceland coilovers for $500. They're cheap coilovers. Everybody online is all, Racelands aren't great. Racelands aren't great. Dude, my buddies have had Racelands and they've never given them any problems. I would get them. $500 for a set of coilovers. Even if you don't care about performance at all, obviously coilovers are still a mod that I would recommend doing, just because it just makes your car look so much better. Again, even if you don't care about performance, just lowering that thing is just beautiful. Next is a K&N cold air intake for $350. I looked it up on the forums to see if this actually mattered or not, because obviously a lot of cars, cold air intakes do the complete opposite of what they say they do, and they actually suck in hot air. We already know that at this point, you know what I mean? So I looked it up on the forums to make sure, and people on the forums were saying that cold air intakes do make a difference when it comes to WRXs. So I was like, okay, K&N intakes are super cheap, super easy to install and everything, $350, and it gives you that nice little noise. So who doesn't want that? Next is a Megan Racing catback exhaust for $400. $400 for a catback exhaust is not bad. It's Megan Racing, and I haven't heard too many bad things about them either, so that's a pretty good. And then on top of that all, you get the Subi Rumble. I want that Subi Rumble. I want to experience that Subi Rumble, gosh darn it. And so for $400, I'm experiencing that Subi Rumble, and if the police won't have a problem with that, well, then I'll pull over politely and give them my license and registration like a good little boy. But I'm going to act like in my brain that I'm cooler than that and running away. Next for the performance mods is an FMIC front mount intercooler for 600 buckaroonies. Everybody on the forums yet again were saying this is one of the first mods they would recommend doing to a WRX. And on top, dude, another thing where it's like, even though, yeah, it is mainly performance, it's another one of those things where it also adds to the coolness of the car, even if you're not really a car guy. Because who doesn't like seeing a modified car with the intercooler exposed at the front of the bumper? Like, it's just so much cooler when it looks like that. So, like, that's obviously helpful, but it's also a very, very useful mod for WRXs. So I would most likely love to do this. Next is an Enjuku Racing competition clutch for $400. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I always thought Enjuku was kind of like a high-end brand that sold stupidly expensive parts. $400 for a good clutch by Enjuku is not bad at all. Now obviously that's a pretty big job to do, and I don't know if I'd be up to that challenge, to be honest. I'm a nerd when it comes to working on cars, but I'd love to give it a shot. And on a WRX, like, it's like Legos. I got it. I'll figure it out. And the final thing for performance is tires. Obviously, I said the wheels earlier, but I'm not going to be driving around on the wheels. So we're going to be buying the Falcon Azeni's RT660s for $1,000 for a set of 4 of them. It's like $250 per each, so a set of 4 is $1,000. I have these exact tires on my Integra, and oh my god, the difference it made was insane. I had like stretched tires. Like, my Integra used to kind of look like a Hot Boy style, not super Hot Boy, like they had some meats on them for sure, but they were a little stretched. And then one of them popped out of nowhere, and so I was like, oh, crud muffins, I gotta get some new tires. And I was like, you know what, I'm balling out, I'm buying some race tires this time, and I bought these. Dude, the difference was actually night and day. It was unbelievable. Like, people do not understand the difference that a good set of tires will make. And these aren't like crazy good, like these aren't like, you know, GT3, GT1 cars are racing on these tires or anything, don't get me wrong, but you don't need that in my WRX. You know what I'm saying? My WRX here is probably going to make like 300 horsepower tops with what I got. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need the stickiest tires on the planet. I just need a good set of them. And for $1,000, I loved my Falcon Azeni's, and so I would definitely do that for sure. Alrighty, lads, now is the total, the money parts, all the, how much would this cost? So, like I said at the beginning, the cost of the car is obviously heavily dependent on you, but I said I would be looking at spending around $7,000 on a Bugeye. For a stock Bugeye, I would pay $7K. Mine would probably have around 150,000 miles on it, but I'm okay with that. $7K isn't bad. As for the exterior mods, the grand total came out to $6,500, which is definitely where most of the money for the build is going yet again. I know some people are going to be mad about that. Some people are going to call me a ricer in the comments. Go right ahead, man. I don't even care anymore. I'm 25. I couldn't care less. If people call, I want to build my cars the way I want to build my cars. It's my money. It's my cars. I'm going to spend my money the way I want to. I like making my cars look good, so I would definitely put a lot of the money towards the exterior mods. I would, that's just what I like, man. So $6,500 for the exterior. For the interior, only $1,680, which is not bad really at all. Like, that's like 2 weeks of work for most people. Maybe even 1 week if you're like a well-off kind of guy. Like my friend, he's making like $2,000 a week. So that's 1 week of work for this guy. Okay. And that's pretty good, obviously, in my opinion, that's a perfect interior. Like, obviously, maybe I'd go a little bit more, you know, in depth with it a little bit later, go a little bit more crazy a little bit later. But for a start, that's great for me. And as for the performance, same thing I said about the interior. Maybe eventually I'd get, you know, more and more into it, start building it up more and more and putting more parts onto it. But the grand total for that was $3,250, with the majority of that money actually being the tires. Obviously $1,000, a whole third of that is tires. But again, I don't recommend cheaping out on tires. I cheaped out on tires, and I'm never going to do it again because, dude, the difference that it makes is absolutely insane. If you're gonna, like, you know, actually use your car and like drive it for fun, then yeah, I would not recommend cheaping out on tires. If you're just gonna like drive it, like if you're like a hot boy, you know, just want it to look good and for the Instagram, again, I have no problem with that. I would spend $6,500 on just the exterior mods on this car, so trust me, I don't have any problems with it. So if that's you though, you obviously don't need to spend $1,000 on a set of tires. But either way, I think they look great, and that gives us a grand total with the price of the car, the performance, interior and exterior, all together of $18,430. Not bad at all. To under 20 grand for like a perfect Bugeye WRX, in my opinion. At least a perfect start. Again, there's definitely room for improvement here, and eventually after I got done with all this stuff, I'd probably be like, well, now I want to do something else, and I'd probably end up, you know, modifying it even more and spending more and more money on it as I, you know, got older and stuff. But for a start, bro, 20 grand for like a perfect little fun little track WRX, in my opinion, is great. Then there's so many other things too that you could like cut off for weight reduction. Oh my goodness, there's so many other things you could do. It's a great car. But ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of today's video on how to build the perfect Subaru WRX Bugeye. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more content just like this. Let me know what other videos that I see in the comment section down below. Check the description for all the links to any of my social medias or other YouTube channels if you guys want to check those out. If you don't, no biggie. That's all up to you. I'm not trying to force you to do it, but it's there if you want to. Okay. Also, guys, the reason why I was gone for 4 days, I promised I would start talking about like my life and the things that are going on in my life at the ends of the videos rather than the beginnings. That way the people that are only here to watch the topic of the video don't get bored and click off immediately. And the people that are here because they care about Mark Roden will probably watch to the end anyways, and so therefore you guys can hear all this the info. So anyway, the reason why I didn't upload for the last 4 days is because I went down to, I remember I told you guys about it in a couple of videos ago, but my friends Zach and Ben got their shop back. They got it back, and so I went down there to see them a couple times, and the last time I went down there was yesterday, and I was supposed to upload yesterday, but when I went down there, they needed my help with building an office, and so I was like, yeah, I'll give you a hand. But then it pretty much ended up being way longer than I expected, and I got home at like 8 p.m. And when I got home at 8 p.m., I usually upload at like 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. That's like around my range right there. And so obviously I didn't have enough time to film, get the background footage, edit it all together, download it onto my phone, upload it onto YouTube, make a thumbnail, do all this. I didn't have enough time to do all that stuff, obviously, before it was too late. So I was like, all right, wait, whatever, we'll lock in tomorrow. And so now today, we're locking in. From here on out, I really hope. I say this every time though. I'm always like, oh, I'm locking in now, man. This is it. I'm not missing an upload for the rest of 2025. And then like 2 weeks later, I'm like, oh, I gotta miss an upload today. Dang it, that sucks. It's just like, what are you doing, Mark? I want to retire my father, got started. I want to retire. Gotta get to work. It's so bad. I'm the laziest guy in the world. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Love each and every one of you. Das Vidania, and have a nice night.